Contracting Committee to order. Time is now 10:26. Apologize for the delay. I was literally stuck in an elevator today, which you all know, and I appreciate you bearing with me and keeping me company while I was stuck. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
And just as a reminder to all who are in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Mr. Castleberry.
Here.
Ms. Conwell. Present. Mr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Sweeney.
Present.
Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones is absent. There is a quorum.
Thank you. Clerk, is there any public comment for today?
No, Mr. Chair, no one is signed in.
Thank you. First, could I have a motion to approve the minutes from the April 2nd, 2025 meeting?
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Minutes have been approved. On to matters referred to committee. Clerk, please read R 225-0140 into the record.
Resolution number 2025-0140, making an award on requisition number 15657 to Katz Construction, in the amount not to exceed $2,098,198.80 for replacement of Warner Road culvert number C00.20 over Ohio and Erie Canal in the village of Valley View.
Clerk, I believe we have a proposed substitute for this ordinance. Can I have a motion to approve the substitute ordinance?
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Ayes
Mr.
have it.
Chairman?
Mr. Sweeney.
I just understand what the substitute is?
Yes, can we,
Before we vote on it?
we are going to talk about that right now.
Morning,
Thank you.
Eric Mack, Public Works. The substitute is due to that we missed some of the city contribution towards this project. So we had a larger number towards the Road and Bridge Fund. So it went from 1.1 million in our Road and Bridge Fund down to $886,000. And that created a $221,000 toward the city of, towards the village of Lake Valley View. And this is a culvert project, so we split it 80-20. So 80% covered by the county and 20% covered by the city. We did not have that in the original the resolution. This project is to replace the Warner Road culvert. It's a culvert going over the like canal down in Valley View, and it has a sufficiency rating of 33, which is very poor. So it needs to be replaced. It's actually the culvert that's under the cable stay bridge that is the Metro Parks bridge. And so after we adjusted this resolution, the funding for it is 47% from a grant, 42% road and bridge funds, and 11% from the city.
Thank you. I was just curious in regards to process, accepting a amendment that I don't know anything about.
Yeah, understood.
So I was just trying to figure that out.
I appreciate the question and appreciate the clarification. And so we're going to vote. Are you go with this, the explanation on that? Absolutely. Okay, great. So we will vote on to accept the substitute ordinance. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, so for any further discussion on the ordinance as it is on 225-140, I believe you described a lot of it, but does anyone have any questions regarding the rest of the ordinance?
I have a question.
Council President Miller.
What's the expected start and completion date?
So the start is this spring, as soon as we get this passed, and this project is going to be completed by the end of this fall. So we will have it back open and ready to go.
Great. Is there any follow-up? Mr. Sweeney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. You're always very prepared when you come to the podium. Second reading suspension because of the timing of this, are you asking?
Yes, I would request that so we could get started as soon as possible.
And through the chair, in regards to the criticalness, if we don't get it done, the water's going to back up and the entire town of Valley View is going to flood, or it's just part of the maintenance?
This is part of the maintenance. This is nearly a 100-year-old culvert that it's time to be replaced.
And it's nothing super critical, but we want to get it done sooner than later.
As soon as possible, yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for the explanation. Is there any further questions on this? And again, so you are asking for this to be passed under second reading suspension. So can I have a motion to send R 225-10140 to the full council under second reading suspension?
I so move.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution number 2025-0141, making an award on requisition number 15653 to Perk Company in the amount not to exceed $3,596,117.15 for rehabilitation of Smith Road from Sheldon Road to Pearl Road in the city of Middleburg Heights.
Morning, Eric Mack again. So this project, we received 4 bids, and we would like to select the lowest bid of Perk at just under $3.6 million. This estimate is 1% under the engineer's estimate, or $37,000 less, so very close. A DI is 20% SBE, 23% MBE, and 6% WBE. The funding for this project is 32% grant, 45% road and bridge, and 23% city of the Middleburg Heights. We would like to begin construction this spring, and it'll finish next spring.
Thank you. So you're looking at a one-year project here?
Correct.
Roughly.
We have to, those familiar with the area, the Smith Road curve over by the railroad track.
Familiar.
We're going to smooth that out. So we're going to replace it. And the sewer district actually has a project around that area just to the north, inside of that curve.
So you're smoothing that curve out. That's
Correct.
interesting. I was moving furniture with my dad when I was about 15, and we almost lost a piece going around that curve. I'll never forget it. So many years later, but it's good to see that's going to be straightened out a bit. Make
Yeah,
it a little
and
safer over there.
This will also then dovetail nicely into the city's project there over by Pearl Road,
Right.
towards the old South Gate.
Great. That's a good project. I know there's a lot of good things happening in that area, heading down to the Southland and development area. Do we have any questions from my colleagues?
Yes.
Council President Miller?
Did the company meet the diversity goals?
Yes, they did.
And that's good to hear. Any further questions on this?
It might affect the Middleburg Heights Parade.
Oh, that's true.
When is the parade?
In the summer.
Okay.
Late May or June, I believe, on that one. So again, are you asking for this to be passed under second reading suspension as well?
As well, just so we can get started.
Great. So can I have a motion?
Just on that point?
Oh,
Just on
Mr.
the point of the
Sweeney.
parade, you're going to keep the mayor and the council up to speed, and when they're, so they can start planning on it now instead of when the stuff shows up?
Yes, absolutely. We've had conversations with the mayor about this project. And
Yeah.
made sure that he was comfortable with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I believe they were aware of that, but I was going to do a follow-up as well, just to make sure. But thank you. Thanks for your answer. So with that being said, any further questions on this? Can I have a motion to send R 225-0141 to full council under second reading suspension?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Clerk, can you please read R 225-0142 into the record?
And also let the record reflect that Councilman Schlepper is in attendance. Resolution number 2025-0142, authorizing a contract with Gutman Energy in the amount not to exceed $2,400,000 for a state contract purchase of fuel for various county vehicles, equipment, and generators.
Good morning, everyone. Tom Pavich,
Morning,
Public
Mr.
Works.
Pavich.
This is a new contract with Gutman Energy. This is for the county's fuel. It's a not-to-exceed contract. It goes almost 2.5 years, I believe 29 months. It's through the State of Ohio contract platform, which we're piggybacking off of. The State of Ohio, they bid this out competitively last year. State of Ohio is broken up by 12 districts. Cuyahoga's in with Lake and Geauga in District 12. The low bidder for District 12 was Gutman Energy. They had 7 bids. They were the lowest. And again, this is a not-to-exceed contract for our fuel. Happy to answer any questions.
And thank you. So you say 12th district, Gutman, and then this is a new supplier we haven't dealt with prior?
We've never done with them prior. Actually, State of Ohio's never done with them. So they're based out of Pennsylvania. They came in and they won 6 of 12 districts. So we're currently using them. We've been using them for the past, I think, 6.5 months. And they've been successful. We've had no issues. And for my contacts in the field, there's no other issues with anyone else that's using them in the government sector.
That's good. That's good to hear. Does any of my colleagues have any questions? Ms. Conwell?
Through the chair, which departments are covered?
So we have fuel delivered. The large piece of this goes to our Harvard facility. So we have all of our sanitary division, all of their trucks fuel up there, our county road and bridge division, as well as our fleet division. Those are the main pieces of this. We also take deliveries at the county airport for the vehicles we have at the airport. And then all county-owned buildings have generators that require fuel. So it's the main generators as well as the backup generators. Other departments, all vehicles have a fuel card. Goes through the Voyager program, which is through the county's treasury contract. That's how they fuel up. So they don't fuel up through this contract.
Like HHS?
Yeah, they have
Sheriff's
fuel cards.
Department?
The fuel cards. So all their vehicles have fuel cards. That's a separate contract.
Just whatever falls under.
Correct.
Right, so that, obviously, you said that's a separate contract, but this contract includes fuel for the generators for all of our
That's
facilities.
correct.
Okay,
And that's a small percentage.
Yeah,
The bulk of this is going to be our sanitary road and bridge vehicles.
understood. Mr. Sweeney?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Pavlik, it's always nice to see you.
Good to see you.
always are prepared. Just the safety measures that are in place for the swipe bin. Can you tell me how it's done? I mean, I've heard no headaches from it.
So
but other
for
words,
this contract?
Yeah, or just in general regarding our use of gasoline.
Okay.
Either for the vehicles or the drop-off. Someone has to pick it up and take it to the generators and other things that need to be
So
filled.
everything's tracked some way. So I'll start with the Voyager program, which is the fuel cards. Everyone has to submit a receipt. It has to balance out at the end of the month. So whoever's monitoring that contract, if a car's fueled up, everything's tracked. And every transaction, then it's tied back at the month end to who has that car, who owns that vehicle, or who's driving that vehicle. It has to balance out. So if there's any discrepancies, it's flagged and drawn back to that person, that card that was swiped. This contract, all of them, everything, I believe everyone has to type in possibly an ID code at Harvard. So when they take their vehicle out, they fuel up, they have to type in a code, then they fuel up, then they can go out. Everything's tracked by our fleet manager based out of our facility, or Harvard facility.
Thank you. And just on the portion of at the year end, does the individual that's driving it have to take the time to input it? So that's the extra work, and then once he submits or she submits it, it's tracked with the fuel manager, and that's where
I believe everything with this contract, everything's tracked online. It's automatically fed into the website. I believe the Voyager for the fuel cards, that's also a website. There's probably some manual that they have to cross-reference to make sure everything balances out.
I just want to
Yeah, typically it's a monthly basis. We don't wait until the year end just to track a budget. It's usually month end.
Yeah, through the chair, I just want to recognize it's an extra step for the folks that are using the vehicles. It's not just going back and forth.
Correct. It's
To
not
take
just
the
a swipe.
time
They
to
have
put
to
it
have
in.
some type of accountability.
Just a little extra work, and we appreciate their hard efforts, including that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your explanation. Is there any further questions on this? Mr. Pavich, are you requesting this item to be passed under second reading suspension?
Yes, I am. Thank you for asking, just due to time constraints.
Yeah, appreciate that. We understood that. Can I have a motion to send R 225-0142 to full council under second reading suspension?
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
So do we have any miscellaneous business? I'm going to say one thing real quick. I said at the beginning of the meeting, I was stuck. Appreciate the quick response from the elevator contractor, as well as some of the building personnel or maintenance here, and just some of my colleagues to keep me company, because it's a little scary being stuck in an elevator.
Through the
Mr.
chair, or to
Sweet.
the chair,
Yes.
tell me about it firsthand.
I just,
It just stopped and you're by yourself?
it bounced. I was by myself. It bounced a couple times and stopped. So you get a little squirmy
So
till
what happens
somebody.
next? You pull the phone out?
Well, when you look at your own phone and there's no service, and then you push the button and wait for someone to answer, and it doesn't sound like they're on site, so you don't know if they really know where you're at. And they say, don't worry, we're getting somebody. I felt a lot better when I saw Ben Schaefer's peeking through that little crack in the
way.
door, so thank you much.
Thank you for the, I just
Oh, yeah.
wanted a firsthand.
Yeah, it was good to laugh about now, but I appreciate everybody looking out for me.
We're
Thank
glad
you.
you're here.